to explore it, nothing too serious. Forget the world for a minute, before we know it, the future's the past. Seize the moment while we're in it, hold on to each other as long as it lasts. I don't care about forever, 'cause sometimes forever is over so fast. Hush, hush, baby, come on, here with me, I want for you to go. No need to worry, there is no hurry to stay, we'll take it slow.
It's the 2K Sports Pregame Show.
Hello, basketball fans. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to 2K Sports. I'm here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Tonight, we'll see the Toronto Raptors playing against the Dallas Mavericks at their home, American Airlines Center. For Dallas, they haven't forgotten the fact that this team swept them last year in the regular season. This is a game they had circled going in. The Toronto Raptors have the advantage of continuity. With the coaching staff, the players who have been there for a long time, they know how to play together, Shaq.
Because players understand their roles, Ernie, and they accept them. You don't hear about egos or anyone having an agenda outside winning. They do it the right way.
I think being outside of the U.S. gives them a familiarity. They're really familiar with each other. They're able to just kind of concentrate together. They're probably closer as a team. And when it gets down to crunch time, you see that continuity.
And with that, it's just about time for tip-off. See you later.
Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
We've got NBA basketball in store for you. We're live at the American Airlines Center. We're in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks. All live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. It's a single-game return to Dallas as the Mavericks look for a boost from their hometown crowd. They just haven't been able to buy a break lately. 5 of their last 6 games have been losses.
Yeah, and mentally, they're a team right now that's a little bit dysfunctional. And there's a visible tightness in terms of how they play and little flow right now to the game. They just haven't been able to sustain any periods of consistency.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Dwayne Casey has been the head coach in Toronto for the better part of a decade now. He said the most rewarding part of coaching has been watching his players grow up. Watching a guy go from never playing in an NBA game before to developing into an all-star player, that's probably the most rewarding thing that you can do as a coach. Now, Kevin, he's helping this team and its players both make the leap forward.
Great stuff, D.A. Coach Casey definitely gets the best out of his guys. You can tell they love playing for him. And these are both veteran teams, Steve. They've been around. A game like this is a test of wits as much as anything.
They understand what it takes to win. They understand how to will themselves into wins. They understand you can't make mistakes mentally. Veterans, they know how to pull it out. They want to keep it close, and they feel they can win at the end.
And it's the Mavericks to start out. All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. So for Toronto right now, Anunoby the 3 with Ibaka playing the 4. The talented Lowry and Derozan pair in the backcourt. And it's Valanciunas in at the 5 down low. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. And the foul on Dennis Smith Jr. That is his first foul of the game.
That's something you hate. You're trying to come in with an aggressive mindset, and that early foul could take you right out of it.
Lowry has the open look. Hits the three-point bomb. Lowry's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
If Lowry gets his feet set under him on a catch and shoot like that, the odds are it'll go in.
Mavericks on D. They're coming into this game off that recent loss to Atlanta.
And I think they can hold their heads high from that performance, you know, despite the final score being what it was.
Oh, sure, they did a ton of things right, and they can definitely look at those as they move forward to try to avenge that loss.
And that replay brought to us by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment. One of the more exciting plays in basketball. Now, here's Lowry. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Philadelphia.
And when you factor in the assist totals, that's a complete game.
And early on, they looked great. They made all 4 of their shots to start this game. And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good from Barnes. And, Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
That's where Valanciunas is a handful, inside and on the block.
And the dunk by Barnes.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. So it's Toronto now. 6-point game. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
Yeah, struggled to shoot the basketball in that game, but still found a way, if you will. I mean, they had to pick up the slack in a lot of other areas, and they did.
You're not going to be on all the time, and they were prepared for that and scraped and clawed their way to a victory.
Here's Lowry. The Mavericks making the shot. Anunoby, good.
Yeah, and this team depends on Lowry. I mean, so skilled at creating shots for himself or his teammates.
Matthews goes in. It's good, the assist that time from Smith. Smith's got his 3rd assist on the night.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this league.
Now here's DeRozan. 29 points for him last game against Philadelphia. No good from Valanciunas.
And really, despite that miss, they've had a solid start offensively.
DeMar DeRozan grabs the board. Toronto's gone 2 of 2 from 3-point range here in the first quarter. Pass to Lowry. The Mavericks pull it in. This, their first look at this year's Toronto squad.
Yeah, interconference matchup. Two teams that'll see each other only twice on the schedule.
It's always interesting. You're not exactly sure what you're going to get, but it'll be fun to see how it plays out.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
To the inside with the putback.
Kyle Lowry with great vision and court awareness on that play. What a pass.
Mavericks leading by 7. Here's Barnes. Rebounded by Valanciunas. The Raptors have gotten 4 of 6 field goal attempts to drop in the first quarter. Knocks it loose and stolen by Barnes. The finish, and it's Barnes slamming it down.
They need to keep getting the ball to Barnes. When he's got the hot hand, he's a very difficult player to slow down.
And we're just over 3.5 minutes into the first quarter. And DeRozan kicks to Valanciunas. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And with the new TV deals, we've seen player salaries and caps certainly skyrocketing. What does that do in affecting relationships among the players, between the players, within a team?
I think, Kevin, when guys are happy, obviously with their salaries, they play better. But I think also it can affect sometimes, let's talk about it team-wise. You have a guy that's not playing at the level that you thought he would be playing. because of the numbers, it's going to be harder and harder to move some of those guys. Then you have a guy that's playing better than a guy that's making a lot of money. He's going to expect, and some of these teams are not going to be able to play, so you're going to see a lot of movement. And back in our day, Kevin, my day, you didn't see that much movement. Because of these skyrocketing salaries, I think now it's going to be more and more movement.
And you know, Steve, with the new deal signed between players and the league, it'll be, I think, easier for teams that have drafted and developed a player now to keep that player and not lose them to more money to another team.
You're totally right. I think guys getting drafted and they can play, they will definitely be there for years and years because they can make the most money with their teams respectively.
Here's Barnes, and he uses the glass on the layup. Barnes has got 15.
Not a lot of resistance on the inside, and they're taking full advantage.
Here's Anunoby. The shot's good on the assist by Lowry.
And guys, this is what you like to see early on, gaining a little confidence from range.
Makeable shot for him. Number gets called, and he goes ahead and delivers.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
Barnes making up his mind early. He was going straight to the rack there. Gotta love how aggressive he is.
And in today's game, we're really so used to thinking of passing as the key to an efficient offense. But this Raptors club, they do it a different way. For them, the screen is the assist, giving their guard space to pull up or attack the rim. And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
The Mavericks have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line.
One shot.
Matthews, no good on that one. I'm not sure, Greg, there's a player who better fits the description of a grinder than Wes Matthews.
Yeah, so tough, too. I mean, mentally and physically. He talks about inflicting his personality on the team, and he truly is what I'd call a culture builder.
So, timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And look, you never want to see a team gut you this way. Really a good timeout.
Some of this is just a matter of toughness, a willingness to play physical inside, something we're not seeing.
Take a look here at the shot chart for the Mavericks.
And every time he's pulled up from deep and let it fly, it's found a way to catch iron. Not sure if it is something with his release or the defense is bothering him on his threes, but I would expect him to attack the rim a bit just to kind of mix things up.
Here's Anunoby. 8 points for him. Here's Derozan. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Dirk Nowitzki picks up that one.
The aggressiveness that Derozan attacks the rim with is what gets him to the line more often than not.
The Raptors have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. And the first one drops. And at this point of the season, Steve, most players have a defined role in what they're expected to do from the coaching staff. Just how important is that to have for players in the NBA to have a roadmap to follow and stay between the lines?
It's extremely important. Reason why is you want to know what a guy's going to bring you night in and night out. And obviously, throughout the game and throughout the season and in playoffs, you have some injuries. Guys' roles change. But when everybody's on the same page and doing their job, and that's a big, I could say, quote in the NBA, do your job and good things happen. Oh, yes. Barnes taking flight there, just a breathtaking player to watch with insane leaping ability.
Raptors trail by 12. Now Lowry. He's been a factor in their offense on most nights with his scoring average at nearly 16 points a game. And the Raptors miss again. And now the fast break. Nowitzki with the ball. Barnes can't get it to go.
And on some plays, everything goes your way except for the finish.
I don't know if you can do it any better on both ends than they have tonight.
It's early, but they have taken full control of this game. And the fans here, they know it.
Derozan with it. Matthews covering. A wide open look here for Ibaka. Another miss by Ibaka. Dallas leading by 14. Matthews into the lane, and Derozan sends it back.
With that leaping ability of DeRozan, he can go get it.
Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. Toronto working the ball around now. Lowry passes to Anunoby. And the Raptors miss again. Nowitzki against Valanciunas. They get the rebound. Ibaka with some nice D.
Yeah, the aggressive D inside leads to a missed opportunity there.
You know, he had terrific position, does a good job of affecting the shot without fouling.
The shot's good on the assist by Lowry. Lowry's got his fourth assist in this one.
And that's a nice jumper by Ibaka, showing good touch from mid-range.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Raptors trail by 14. Poke loose. Derozan against Matthews. Got it for his fourth field goal of the game on just 5 shots.
Man, have they been effective at getting the ball inside.
Lowry with the ball. Now Smith defending. Derozan passes to Anunoby. But they get it back. Smith with the defensive effort.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Unable to get that one. And Toronto will go the other way with it. Derozan in the corner. Back to Lowry. Lowry drawing the double team. And Derozan kicks to Lowry. And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. Foul, he's jacked in for the Mavericks. Perea comes in for Wesley Matthews. The Raptors also changing it up. Pascal Siakam comes in for Valanciunas. And it's Powell in for Anunoby. And the Raptors call time here. And after the Raptors were swept in the 2017 conference semifinals, do you guys get the sense that Coach Dwayne Casey's on the hot seat?
You know, I don't think so. I think Casey already survived a changing of the guard in the front office. He doesn't feel the pressure to keep his job, just the pressure to do his job, putting his players in the best position to compete.
A different look for Dallas. Measuring, he's checked in for Nowitzki. And Farrell subbed in for Smith. Van Vliet kicks to Powell. He dishes it to Pirtle. Shot clock at 6. Back to Powell from beyond the arc. Measuring with the rebound. Dallas leading by 16. Here's Farrell. He gives his team some nice contributions, averaging a bit over 10 points a game.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Now here's Powell. Pass to Siakam. Terrific design on the pick play, and he lays it in. Siakam's got his first basket of the night.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
To the paint. Here's Miles. It's rebounded by Dallas. Barea with it. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Hawks in Atlanta.
And he did great work on the defensive end, too, with 3 steals on the night.
Nicely done. They continue to attack inside, and that's 10 points in a row in the paint.
Powell kicks to Pirtle, and stolen by Barnes. Fast break, here they come. Here's Farrell. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist.
Yeah, second chance points, a huge issue right now. They're getting steamrolled inside.
Powell dishes to Pirtle. Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Barea. Tipped away. And they're running. Here's Farrell. And the layup's good off the glass. Farrell's got his second bucket of the night.
And they've done the job on the offensive glass.
The pass to Miles. Feeds it to Powell. A 3-ball. Mejri with the rebound. Mavericks leading by 22. The drive by Barnes. And he lays it straight in. Barnes has got 23 points.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from the paint.
Van Vliet passes to Siakam. In the corner, Powell with it. Here's Van Vliet, guarded by Barea. Clock at 6. Here's Van Vliet over Barnes. And the shot falls short this time.
And on the glass so far, it hadn't even been close.
And that one, good. 25 points in the game.
He's been making plays all quarter on a terrific hot streak, helping to build out this lead.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively, for sure. And guys, they've come out and established a rhythm. And also their play calling has been on point.
Well, the two go hand in hand. Matching your strategy to your personnel is key.
Powell, that's good. 1:02 left in the first. Fires from 14. That's good from Barnes on the assist by Barea. 29 points for Barnes.
Silky smooth J from Barnes. The defense was on him, but he just uses his picture-perfect form and outstanding reach to get the job done.
Here's Siakam. Second chance shot, and the layup is up and in.
I'll tell you, there's no quitting him when it comes to the offensive glass.
Here's Powell. From down in the low post, it goes.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
The Raptors shooting 39% in the early minutes of this game. Powell kicks to Miles. Birtle sets the pick for Miles. Down low, off the pick, and it's good on the layup. Siakam's got 6.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Wentz.
Well, this is where he shows both skill and body control along with the attack mindset.
Here's Powell. 8 points his last outing. Kicks it to Pirtle. And it's blocked. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Knocked loose. Out to the right wing. Here's Van Vliet. They get it back. He knocks it down, but wait a minute. The officials are getting together. They may want to review this one. And it looks like they are going to review the play. The question, did he get the basket off in time?
And to me, guys, it looks pretty clear-cut on the instant replay. I mean, the ball was out of his hands in time. I think they'll confirm this one pretty quickly.
Well, they're going to switch the call. There is no doubt, and looking at the replay, that he got it off in time.
Well, it's good they decided to take another look at it. I know some folks don't like how replay slows the game down and interrupts the flow, but when you have it there, you got to use it.
And so it's the Dallas Mavericks holding a very comfortable 25-point lead as the quarter comes to a close. Their defense has been terrific in this game. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league. To be named with all these names is an unbelievable honor, and it's been a crazy ride.
Dirk has proven himself through the test of time. As tough as it may have been back in his rookie year, he overcame those obstacles to become this elite NBA player destined for the Hall of Fame.
And people do talk about players being a Dirk Nowitzki type. You're right about that. And that's a type any team would like to have. One of the greatest power forwards in the NBA's history.
Well, not exactly a close game so far, but as the second quarter starts here, plenty of time for a comeback. And guys, we've seen a confident-looking Mavericks team out there.
They're just not sitting back. They are going for steals, and their activity has been terrific.
Sometimes gambling gets you in trouble, but in that first quarter, it was just the opposite.
So on the floor for Toronto to start this second quarter, they've got Pirtle. C.J. Miles is out there with Norman Powell, and it's Van Vliet in at the 1 spot.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
Dishes to Powell. To the inside. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Now let's take a look at how the shots have been divided up between 3-point shots and 2-point shots for Toronto. The Raptors making a switch here. Lights checked in. The Maverick shooting has been out of this world, 74% from the field. And they pick up 2. Measury's got 6 in the quarter.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
There's the dish to Powell. Pass to Miles. Powell with the screen. Siakam up and in for the basket. Number 4. That makes him 4 for 5 now.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, and went right to the hole. Great decision-making there.
For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs. And they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note.
And they've worked the ball around so well tonight for those quality looks from mid-range.
Miles against Barnes. A wide open look here for Wright. Here's Siakam. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Siakam's got 10.
Defensively, you cause the miss, but then you have to corral it.
There is nothing more frustrating than that. Giving up points on a possession, you won.
And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd played for Carlisle praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Steve, so let me ask you this. Do players consciously think about, I need a couple free throws, I need a couple of layups, I got to get a couple of shots per quarter? I mean, do they try to plot and plan an individual quarter like that, how they're going to score in different ways?
You're totally right, Kevin. The reason why is because as a two-guard back in the day, if I could get to that free throw line and put a foul on a guy that's guarding me, that loosens up his defensive mentality. He's not as aggressive. And then now I know when I get to the bonus, I can drive it. He's either going to let me go or I can create contact and get to that line. You want to score easy, and that's how most scorers do. They really score easy. We just kind of applaud them when they're knocking down threes and big shots.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Dwight Powell. Matthews comes in for Barnes. And Smith subbed in for J.J. Barea. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. And it's Wright missing.
You can tell he's frustrated to get that good of a look from three, and he didn't make it.
Measury misses.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
The wide open look here for Derozan. And again, no good by Toronto.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Measury misses.
Oh, you've got to be able to deliver when you get a bunny like that. That's just too easy of a shot to miss.
Three-pointer right. That one drops for his second bucket. Mark him 2 for 4.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Here's Measuring, and down it goes, jamming that one home.
A lot of guys have great vision, but they're not always willing passers. Not the case with Smith. Very unselfish and aware of keeping his teammates involved.
Right with it. Now Smith defending. To the wing right side. Siakam passes to Derozan. Here's Anunoby. Shot clock at 5. Back to Derozan. That doesn't go either for Derozan. And here we go. Smith's got it. The fast break chance. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 3 assists tonight.
And Smith, an accomplished scorer, has a beautiful looking mid-range jumper.
There's a good screen. Ibaka outside. He feeds it to Derozan. A second chance effort, and it's sent back by Nowitzki.
He's hit a rough patch this quarter. He's trying to shoot his way out of it, though.
To the middle. And it's Derozan missing.
And they could have used that trying to cut into this league. He's been off all night.
And the foul called on Pascal Siakam. That's his first foul. Valanciunas is checked in for the Raptors. Kyle Lowry comes in for Wright. Smith outside. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Nowitzki, good.
And the point differential tells the story. Their two-way play has been outstanding.
You know, it's a matter of effort plus talent. You need both to dominate this way.
Valanciunas, and staying with the play, Valanciunas. Valanciunas has got his second basket of the night.
The persistence of Valanciunas paying off in a big way on the glass. He is just a tremendously hard worker.
Toronto's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter, just 2 of 6 from long range. Here's Anunoby. That's tipped. Wesley Matthews on the wing. He's got 8. Got that bucket in no time at all. Matthews has got 10.
And really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
Pass to Anunoby. Screened by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby. 8 points for him. Off target from outside.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Offensive rebound. Basket good. 6 points for Nowitzki.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
They double him with Nowitzki. Inside. Just 5 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Valanciunas.
I'll tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
They're going to turn it over. They couldn't get it in bounds that time.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Kyle Lowry. Averaging about 16 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
Ibaka, the pass to Anunoby. He kicks to DeRozan. Three-pointer, and there's Lowry. That's good on the assist from DeRozan. And it's 6 points for Kyle Lowry. And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release. And just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
And DeRozan kicks to Ibaka. Got a piece of it. Back to DeRozan. 6 on the shot clock. And they double up DeRozan. Here's Ibaka. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Yeah, and they've shown effort and aggression in the paint really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Outside DeRozan. Now the feed to Lowry. Passes it to Anunoby. DeRozan in the corner. Here's Anunoby. Inside. 14 feet away. No good from Valanciunas. Here's Matthews. Up and in on the layup. Matthews has got 4 points in the quarter.
And when they've gone to him, he has come through big time. You got to keep getting him touches.
And here's DeRozan. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game.
He's being aggressive, trying to turn around the team's fortunes, but he's having a hard time executing.
Matthews, no good. Toronto shooting a meager 37% for the game. Lowry against Smith. Lowry dishes to Ibaka. Here's Anunoby, and he's good on the three ball. Anunoby's got 11.
They've given up a lot of three-pointers here today.
Matthews into the lane. Shot number 12 goes in. He's made 7 of 12 now.
Yeah, second chance points. Gotta love the way they attack the offensive glass there, even with a huge lead.
That's how they've got to this point in the game. Lots of activity, fantastic focus.
Screen by Ibaka. Here's Anunoby. Off target with his 3.
Obviously, this has been a tough quarter for him, but he's still trying to keep a positive mindset.
And on the defensive side, just a failure to match up.
Well, the one thing you want to take away is anything at the rim. Just too easy.
And you look at the Raptors, one of the top teams in the East, Greg, but do they have a chance to go all the way?
I think they're a threat to make the finals. Can they win it all? They may be a piece or two away, but still a young and aggressive core. They continue to try to add pieces, and this is a group that has proven they want to win and win now.
Toronto shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Van Vliet kicks to Valanciunas. In the corner, Ibaka with it. Raptors moving the ball around. Shoots a 3. DeRozan gets the bucket. He has 7.
Well, 1 make and 6 attempts. I think it's fair to say he's had a rough start to this quarter.
Here's Matthews. Goes back up. He takes it up and lays it in.
Look out. He's starting to find the range in this second period.
Here's Van Vliet. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. For Toronto, they have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
One shot, behind the lanes.
And he shows the focus there, nails the technical. You know, Smitty, you love the grit of Kyle Lowry. 6 foot nothing, but he holds his ground.
A hard-nosed defender. He puts his body on the line all the time. You see him taking a lot of charges. Great quickness, too, and anticipation to rack up a lot of steals.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Dwight Powell's checked in for Nowitzki. Barnes comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Barea subbed in for Smith.
And we talk about this a lot. Turnovers leading to transition points.
I love the anticipation right there for the pick. Then he wastes no time getting up court. No hesitation. He took it right to the rack. But a quick reaction by the defense.
Dallas shooting 69%, showing you what a well-oiled offense looks like tonight.
He got the space he needed, but just blew the layup. It hurts me to see points lost like that.
Lowry for 3. That one's not going to go. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. Up next for them is the Pacers in Indianapolis. That's game 1 of a 3-game road trip. 1:36 left in the first half of basketball. Fires for 3. Sinks the three-pointer. Lowry's got 10 points.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Good on the bucket.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. And they will call over the back on the play.
Yeah, a little too physical on that play. Tries to climb over the top of him and gets whistled for it.
A real easy call. I know you want to attack the glass, generate second chance opportunities, but you also have to pick your spots. Tremendous box out. I love how he bodied up, held his ground, textbook, old school rebounding.
There's the pass to Van Vliet. Takes the 3. Again, the miss by Lowry.
Yeah, and a dangerous trend here as they're starting to live and die with outside jumpers.
Yep, that one goes in there.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
Here's the screen. Van Vliet kicks to Lowry. And Lowry gets double teamed. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. Siakam is checked in for Kyle Lowry. .32 seconds left in the first half. Back to Barea, the 10-footer. Second chance shot, and no problem from Powell as he finishes at the rim. Powell's got 4 points this quarter.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Feeds it to Pirtle. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Farrell for 3. Good, and it's Barea who picks up the assist. Farrell's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Well, the first thought from the D there was to protect the rim, so good idea to take the 3 in transition.
And so it's Dallas with a huge lead at the break. Safe to say there's no catching them today. They've been playing some inspired defense, giving up very few easy points. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thank you, Kevin. Harrison, a big first half for you offensively. How did you get loose?
My teammates just been fine to me. I've just been trying to run hard, make good backdoor cuts, run it in transition, and they've been giving me good looks.
You have not stopped moving at all, and it's led to good results. Thanks, Harrison. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the 3rd quarter of action following halftime.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody. Witness so far to an upset here tonight. I'm Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. You with us?
Huh? Yeah, he's kind of with you.
Harrison Barnes was the man in the first. he ended up with 33 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And Kenny, what are your thoughts on how Dallas played?
Well, what you see with Harrison Barnes right now is he's in a good situation. Shot well, finished strong throughout the first half. He also created for himself a little bit. This is a role he was born to play.
Shaq, what was your takeaway on Toronto?
Not pretty to watch how they get torched in the low post, Ernie. When they were playing defense in the post, you know me, Ernie. Barbecue chicken alert, barbecue chicken alert. This team is going to have to up the pressure, play more physical in the second half, start a fight, throw some bowls, let's go.
So that'll do it for now as we send you courtside with Kevin Harlan and the rest of the 2K crew for the start of the second half.
Cars crossing back and forth over the Margaret Hunt Hill Bridge as we welcome you back to Dallas. Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. And you know, Harrison Barnes has really been making it happen, guys.
And I just love how aggressive he is. Usually tries to work for the best shot that he can.
And that really tests the defense. It's hard to take the right angle on him to contest the shot.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started. Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Then there's Nowitzki, then it's Smith, so that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half with. Here's Ibaka. No good that time. Good work defensively by Nowitzki. Here's Barnes, and the dunk by Barnes.
Just a difficult shot that Barnes makes look so simple, so creative how he brushes off the defense.
Smith against Lowry, left side Ibaka. To the wing right side, Anunoby, up again. It's rebounded by Dallas. Nowitzki's got 11 rebounds in the game. Here's Matthews. It's hauled in by the Raptors. Second half rolling along now, about a minute played here. And Ibaka kicks to Derozan. Nails the 16-footer. Derozan's got 9.
Finally, they get one to drop. That's one of their first 4 here in the third. How about the quick release there by Smith? He does not lack confidence when he's in attack mode.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Pass to Anunoby. This one for 3. That falls. Nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 5 assists in the game. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. That's another one for him, his 5th in just 7 shots.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Pass to Anunoby. And Barnes comes to help. And going out of bounds, last touch by Barnes. And we see a chart here for the shooting performance so far for Barnes.
This is the shot chart of a dominant performance. I mean, he's taking a lot of shots because right now he believes that every shot he does take is going in. And who can blame him with the way he's played? Simply outstanding work coming from him.
The Raptors have gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. Lowry kicks to Valanciunas. Here's Anunoby. Toronto gets it back in a new 24. DeRozan's shot is off. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. Smitty, we have a question sent in by a viewer. They want to know if you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what food would you pick? And got anything for that?
You know what? Kevin, that's a good question. There's so many, especially my mom's cooking. But I'm going to go with shrimp fried rice. That's the one I think I would eat for the rest of my life.
2 shots. Relax on the first.
That's good from Barnes.
And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects.
Barnes hits them both. And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
The Mavericks shooting it as well as you're going to see, 67%. And it goes down 2 points.
Just crushing it here. 80% to start the half.
Stolen. Count that as his 7th field goal in 10 tries. He's shooting a very good 70%.
And it's been about that execution offensively. I mean, they have been superb.
That's what's extending this lead. The right plays, right time, and good finishing.
And Lowry gets double teamed. Here's Valanciunas. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And Valanciunas, far from a finished product, Steve. His coaches and teammates feel he will get better, but in your opinion, where does he need to improve?
I think on a defensive end, he does a nice job of blocking shots, but I would love to see him in rotations, being able to be there a little bit earlier. And then on the offensive end, extend his range a little bit more and also have somewhat of a go-to move down on the low block.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Valanciunas. And Valanciunas out of Lithuania, the 5th overall pick back in 2011.
Yeah, he's still quite young. You know, a lot of talent offensively. Defensively, he's probably had less of an impact, but that's where he has to take the next step.
Valanciunas hits them both.
For a player his size, Valanciunas has always been a good free throw shooter.
Man, they just keep coming at you. Can they sustain this level of energy for the rest of the night?
Well, as they fuel this lead, looks like the guys are feeding off the success. That keeps them going.
Screened by Valanciunas. Lowry kicks to Ibaka. That's in, coming off an assist from Lowry. Ibaka's got his 2nd basket of the night.
If you let Serge get looks in there, he's going to shoot them for a very high percentage.
Matthews goes in. Good work defensively by Lowry. Toronto's gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's his first foul. Harris is checked in for Matthews. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the 3rd quarter. Derozan with it. Picked up by Harris. Clock at 6. And Lowry gets double teamed. Anunoby passes to Valanciunas. And it comes off the front of the rim. For Dallas, they've gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the 3rd. A 75% clip. Here's Barnes. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Barnes has got 41.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Lowry drawing the double team. Ibaka outside. Lets it go from deep. A shot by Lowry, no good. Now the Mavericks with it. They're on a 12-4 run right now. And DeMar Derozan pulls it down. Derozan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Passes it to Anunoby. Poked away, and that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. Measuring, he's checked in for the Mavericks. And the Raptors also making a change. White, he's checked in for Anunoby. Lowry kicks to Derozan. Lands soft on the front of the rim and drops. DeRozan's got 11.
The aggressive mindset of Derozan catches and shoots without hesitation.
I tell you, he's playing the game with pure excitement right now.
He capped off that dunk with some serious hang time on the rim. Toronto shooting is leaving something to be desired, just 36% here in the third quarter. Out to the right wing. White against Smith. Back to DeRozan. Score the basket, his 5th of the game. He's missed 6 shots against those 5 makes.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright.
Yeah, a moment here to take a look at the numbers for Barnes. Over the last month, getting it done. Averaging about 18 points per, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And the numbers, they back it up. Whether he can sustain this level of production, we don't know. But the arrow's pointing upward right now.
In Toronto, they've gone 5 of 12 from the field since the third quarter got underway. Lowry dishes to Ibaka. Expanding his range, and it's DeRozan missing.
He just can't get it cranked up from beyond the arc. No threes in this half after just hitting 1 in the first.
And there are so many amazing players in the league right now, Smitty. When you look at some of the guys who came in since you retired, who would you like to have played with or played against?
I think with, it would have been a treat to play alongside LeBron James.
Yeah.
I think against, right now I'd love to see playing up against a guy like Giannis and Kristaps Porzingis, just the different ways these guys affect the game at their size. There's so many guys, and would love to get a chance to just be in front and marvel at watching Steph Curry go through what he's doing, and a Kyrie Irving.
Right.
There's so many guys, Kevin. I just wouldn't want to guard those guys. I'm going to just say play with all those guys, not against.
Barnes hits them both. And the Raptors, unique in the NBA, they have a whole nation behind them.
And basketball continues to gain in popularity, especially with the younger generation in Canada. The Raptors are coming to relevance at the perfect time, and the rabid fan base energized by how competitive this group's been the last couple seasons.
And stolen by Barnes. Fast break, Dallas. Here's Harris. Buries it down low. Harris has got his first bucket of the night.
And a lot to like about that play, particularly how it ends.
Yeah, at the rack. That's what you want in transition, a high percentage look.
And here we go. Harris heading to the hoop. And the dunk by Barnes.
Everyone knows how athletic Barnes is. Demonstrated yet again with the slam.
Toronto's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Wright with it. Now Smith defending. Was shot by Lowry. No good. They've been doing a great job of sharing the ball.
And guys, shot A comes to mind for me because right now that offense, it's a smooth operator.
And the Raptors miss again.
Trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but thus far, not working.
You know what? At some point, you have to decide. Do you keep pressing the issue, or do you focus on setting up others?
Raptors shooting a meager 37% for the game. Valanciunas with a screen on Harris. Out to the right wing. Smith against Wright. Doubled by Smith. Out of bounds. Dallas takes possession. Let's have a look at the league's top scorers for the past month. To say these guys have been hot is an understatement. 5th best, DeMar DeRozan.
What a performance offensively. Something has really clicked with his game over this stretch.
This has been a one-sided affair.
Yeah, they've done a nice job of extending their lead and maintaining that intensity level.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Screen by Valanciunas. Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Valanciunas passes to Derozan. Lowry from outside, just 5 to shoot. Looking to end the run. Lowry can't get that one to fall.
He's trying to shoot his way out of this slump, but it's not to be.
It's good. 10 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
And a high percentage look there, and he takes full advantage. Bumps up the lead.
Yeah, the lead now is double digits. Some tricky matchups out there. Not a lot of solutions.
And it's the Mavericks on the break. Nowitzki leading the charge. Toronto shooting 35% or so in the third quarter. Whatever they're trying is not working. And Derozan kicks to Lowry. Screen by Ibaka. Back to Derozan. He dishes it to Lowry. Here's Valanciunas. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
I love the effort there. Refuses to give up on that play.
Nowitzki, who scores his 6th bucket from the floor with that one. He's shot the ball 11 times.
It was clear that the defender wanted no part of that play after he exploded towards the bucket.
Lowry with the ball. Picked up by Harris. Three-pointer right. They grab their own miss. And it's Derozan missing. The Mavericks shooting so well, the offensive execution has been brilliant. 66% from the field. The Raptors shooting at 36% on the night. They've got to step it up offensively. In the corner, right with it. Back to Lowry. And Lowry gets double-teamed. Nowitzki with the steal. Here's Smith. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dirk Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 6 assists in the game. Smith's gone 4 of 7 from the field here. Lowry kicks to Derozan. Over Barnes. Derozan can't get that one to fall. They have been really controlling this one.
You never want to be complacent on the floor. That's when you lose momentum. I love how hard Smith goes to the rim. Just remarkable at driving to the rack and taking the contact. And Dennis Smith Jr., the 9th overall pick in this year's draft, but voted by his fellow rookies as the favorite to win Rookie of the Year. The Mavericks giving him every opportunity as their point guard of the future.
2.
He misses the free throw.
And Dennis Smith, guys, get this, measured a 48-inch vertical, which would tie him for the best in NBA history. He's a perfect fit for the Mavericks, who were in desperate need of some star power and athleticism.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Powell, he's checked in for Measury. Matthews comes in for Barnes. And Barea subbed in for Devin Harris.
And good job bringing that free throw percentage up here in the second half, doing a great job at the line.
Powell, the pass to Van Vliet. And again, Toronto no luck. Barea with it. Powell on him. A nice shot by Barea. We've got 1:55 left in the third. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
There's a good screen. Powell dishes to Miles. Pirtle with the ball. Picked up by Nowitzki. Powell for 3. Drills the three-pointer. Powell's got 6.
Another triple, and that's been the story of this second half.
Coming out of the break, they've relied on their perimeter offense to generate points. Right now, it's working.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Van Vliet kicks to Powell. There's the triple. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
From deep, Barea, another 3 for Dallas.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
It's Powell on the wing. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Nowitzki. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. 16 points for him.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Kicks it to Miles. They double him with Nowitzki. Powell with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. And Matthews gets it to go. Matthews has got 19 points.
No hesitation at all in transition, and they have a huge margin in that department.
Now here is Pirtle, defended by Nowitzki. And the wide open shot from Miles. Here's Powell, banked in off the glass. Powell's got his third basket of the night.
Attacking on the interior, I like that attitude.
Matthews, a second chance effort, and the layup by Powell.
It's fine to extend your defense to try and create turnovers, but guys have to help each other.
That's been a problem for them all game. Teamwork is something you just can't turn on and off.
And the rebounding has been key to their success here tonight.
I say it's the #1 reason why they are ahead in this game right now.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. The Mavericks on top, running away with it. And we're coming right back after this break to get the fourth quarter underway. And let's listen to head coach Rick Carlisle review the game plan with his guys.
Hey, if we get a stop and the running opportunity, keep it going. The tempo's really good. Keep pushing the ball.
Rick Carlisle, wanting to make this a track meet, feels that may favor his team right now.
Well, he knows they have some momentum, and he wants to step on the gas pedal here because he knows how quickly that momentum can shift.
And thanks again for joining us. Let's see what happens here in the fourth. The Mavericks shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%. On the court for Toronto to start the fourth. They've got C.J. Miles. Pirtle is out there with Powell. And it's Siakam in at the 4 slot. Ball's knocked loose. Powell with the steal. The Mavericks another fast break chance right here. It's good. Great play set up by Barea. Barea's got assist number 9 now. Wow, what an effort here tonight. Raptors shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Dishes it to Miles. He feeds it to Pirtle. Knocks it loose. Powell with the steal. Fast break Dallas. Lays it up and banks it in.
Nice awareness there, finding the open man down the court on the break.
Fourth quarter just getting started, 1 minute in the books. And now Barea running the floor all by himself.
Quick hands on the steal and then just mad hops on the slam.
Great sequence for them defensively and offensively.
Terrific defensive instincts to come away with that one, and he showed no hesitation in how he completed that transition opportunity. I mean, defensively, you have to close out harder than that.
Yeah, the chemistry has been terrific. Really impressed with their offensive execution.
And it's the Raptors' ball. The dish to Pirtle. Goes back up, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Got to be on the lookout for Pirtle crashing the glass, using his body to wreck the defense on the boards.
Powell, that's good.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
And we're around 2 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Hit his leg, and it's being called a kickball. On the last few seasons, the NBA has seen its share of teams that provide that villain role for the league. The Warriors, perhaps with Kevin Durant, LeBron when he was in Miami and now in Cleveland. Do you think having a villain in the NBA is a good thing for the league?
Well, I think the right type of villain. And when you start talking about Kevin Durant and LeBron James, those are right type of villains because they're getting criticized as a villain because of not of their actions on the floor or off the court, just the choices they made to switch teams. But both those guys, LeBron and Kevin Durant, so far has handled it perfectly, and that's why the league's in good hands.
And Miles kicks to Pirtle. The feed now to Powell. 6 to shoot. The Raptors need to get a shot off. Van Vliet can't get it to go. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. It's stolen by Barea. The Mavericks another fast break chance right here. Hammers it home to polish off the break.
You've got to be kidding me. I mean, that's a point guard playing like a power forward.
And he can do a little bit of everything out there.
He is not scared of anybody. He knows he can play amongst the big boys, and he showed it.
Van Vliet kicks to Powell. Out to the wing. Fires the three. No good. Shot missing.
In this second half, the defense have been baiting him to shoot the three, and we're seeing why.
They get it back. Motley, good.
Guys, he's having a ball out there. I mean, we knew going in that he'd have an advantage on the glass, but I didn't think he could be this dominant. What a difference.
And he's not going to back off. Even with that big lead, he's going to get more motivated to keep stretching out their lead.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with two hands on that stuff. Over 3.5 minutes through the final quarter now. Here's Siakam. Here's Miles. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. Well over a decade in the NBA for C.J. Miles, taken straight out of high school by the Jazz back in 2005.
And he's just now entering his 30s. A good floor spacer and solid defender at the 2 or 3 spot.
Shooting 2.
Free throw good, Miles. And for the Mavericks, clearly the rebuild, Greg, has begun.
Yeah, but they made good use of their picks. They brought in more youth and signed their building blocks. Franchise isn't used to rebuilding, but they are approaching it, I think, the right way.
He hits both from the stripe. Well, you always hear about a player working extra hard in the offseason when they're approaching free agency, or how much truth is there to the idea, Steve, of a player doing more in a contract year, trying harder?
Well, you hear it. I mean, you're here teammates. You're here guys, competitors. You hear us analysts saying, you know when there's a contract year for a lot of guys, and you look at a guy putting in a little bit more effort. I think the guy that you respect the most is when they play the same way all the time, whether it's a contract year or the first year. But a lot of guys do ramp it up and make more shots when it's a contract year.
But that's human nature, don't you think? I mean, if you know there's a prize at the end, the harder you work. If there's a big test at the end of the week, you study harder. I mean, I would just think that's just human nature.
It is, and I think for instance, the teams and general managers, you have to do your homework to understand the type of player that you're paying for a long time.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. And Dwight Powell played all 4 seasons at Stanford for the Cardinal, still filling out his frame.
He is, and you know, the knock on Powell was that he wasn't tough enough to battle inside at this level. But guy is a worker, basically sleeping in the gym, and with his length and athleticism, he's starting to figure it out.
Siakam, Mavericks with the rebound. Here's Powell. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, and their free throw shooting has really improved here in the second half.
And Smitty, I heard somewhere that both Larry Bird and Kevin Durant did a lot of wrist strengthening exercises when they were growing up. How important is wrist strength to basketball players, and especially shooters like yourself?
You know, when you're taught the game of shooting the basketball, Kevin, they say get your legs into it. But there's sometimes you are in situations where the only thing you can do is use your arms and your wrists. And you see guys right now from a flat-out standstill position deep behind the three-point line, a la Kevin Durant, Steph Curry. They're just shooting it with all arms and wrists. So it's very important to strengthen your wrists and your arms.
And did you do that? Did you do any of that wrist strengthening when you played, and did you adhere to that?
I did not, Kevin. All I did was do some push-ups.
And so he hits both.
And just a better job of getting to the line here in the second half. Didn't get there once in the first.
It's Miles on the wing. He kicks it to Pirtle. Right, left side. That three off the mark. This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
Wow, Kevin, what a performance we are seeing.
Toronto's gone into a funk from downtown in the fourth. Only one of their 5 3-pointers has found the bottom of the bucket. Siakam kicks to Miles. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
There was a hole in the defense, and the offense did a brilliant job to get an easy bucket out of it.
And the dunk by Powell.
And guys, he's not an easy man to stop when he's got the rim in his sights.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher. Right, the pass to Pirtle. Here's Siakam, guarded by Powell. Now, here's Miles. Tight defense on him. Toronto working the ball around now. And again, Toronto with the triple.
I'll tell you, he is scorching the Nets this quarter. Maybe that'll help wake up some of his teammates.
Barea, no good.
How is it possible? Wide open, too.
Rob. Now the Mavericks moving it up. Throws down the breakaway jam.
And a late reaction by the defense makes that one a no contest.
You know, he got out before people could turn their heads, and he's already gone with no hesitation.
Now the pass to Caboclo. Here's Siakam. In the corner, right with it. No good from outside.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And good that time.
You know, guys, fast break points right now in their favor, and they're really pushing the tempo.
It's Miles on the wing, guarded by Barea. 3-pointer right. The Mavericks pull it in.
And that's the shot he wants, just a little bit out of rhythm.
And Wright pulls it down. Raptors shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. They set the pick, feeds to Miles. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Making a dent in this deficit. He's been on point tonight.
Dallas shooting the ball with incredible accuracy, 68% so far. Powell, that's good. And across the NBA, we've seen players taking a vocal stance on various social issues. Smitty, you think that's pretty important?
Very important, and I think this generation has done it better than my generation. Obviously speaking out, but yes, they're using their social media tools to come out and talk about important issues. And the one thing you just want to bring light to these issues, and hopefully a lot of people, the more light you bring, the more solutions I think will come about.
Well said.
Wow, has he flipped the switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up, be willing to make the extra pass.
For Toronto, they've gone 7 of 15 from the floor here in the fourth, right around 46-47%. And that's a foul called on J.J. Barea. That is his first foul of the game. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Mejri comes in for J.J. Barea. Devin Harris subbed in for Yogi Ferrell. Mavericks on D. Wright with it. Picked up by Harris. Here's Pirtle. Powell pulls it in. Powell's got his 8th rebound here tonight. From the baseline. The putback. Rebound by the Raptors. Pirtle's got 4 rebounds now tonight. Back to Wright. And it's off from 3-point range.
Tough to cut into a lead when you can't make shots. He's been off all period.
And yes, it's good.
Perfect play to run there to get a clean look.
The Raptors shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. It's tipped. Well, and each player has their strengths and their weaknesses. Smitty, when you played, what did you feel was your greatest strength as a player? And maybe the one area that held you back a little bit?
I think basketball IQ, being able to shoot the basketball, versatility. And then I think the one thing that held me back, I wish I was more athletic. I really wish I could jump, Kevin, high like a lot of these guys, because I think that gives you an advantage if you have both the IQ, the versatility, and athleticism.
The Raptors shooting here in the fourth quarter, around 41%. They need this. Drills it from outside.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc. Just great at getting after it defensively, forcing guys into tough shots.
Yeah, to be successful, you've got to protect the paint. He rises to that challenge.
Now here is Pirtle, guarded by Powell. Shot by Caboclo, no good. And so here is Dallas. And that one comes up a bit short. The pull-up. And it goes down 2 points.
And that's another fast break bucket. And this is the pace, though, guys, that's been working for them.
They are winning the battle in transition. Look for them to keep pushing the tempo.
Pirtle kicks to Caboclo. Powell with the steal. Tries again, and Harris puts it in.
Everybody knows that he is a relentless finisher around the rim.
Toronto with the ball. Tipped away. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. Right outside. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Pirtle. Shoots over Powell. And the Raptors miss again. Dallas shooting wonderfully up to this point, 67%.
Yes, and with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who watched it. Just a total mismatch and a true show of strength for Dallas.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And an important milestone for them tonight as they pick up win number 10.
And with the win approaching, they'll take the first game here of 2 that they'll play against this team. Nice to get that first one out of the way and set the tone.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Barnes.
You have to focus on the steals he came up with. They were huge factors in the end result.
Yogi Ferrell's checked in for the Mavericks. Then for the Raptors, Jonas Valanciunas comes in for C.J. Miles. And it's Powell in for Caboclo. Dallas calls timeout. They're leading. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Chance now to recognize our Jordan Player of the Game, Harrison Barnes.
And guys, he's been about as close to perfection as you can be. The intensity he's played with has been amazing. Just no let up. And as fired up as he's been, he's never let his emotions get out of control.
And maybe him having a game like this will get things turned around for him, because almost nothing has been going their way lately. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Got a hand on it. Now Powell puts it up from 17. Nice jump shot. Good. And so here is Dallas. Pass to Mejri. Over Valanciunas. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
And this is the kind of deficit it would take a miracle to overcome.
I think this hometown crowd agrees with you. They are fired up about it.
Here's Pirtle. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And this run may make the score look a little more acceptable, but still a loss.
They could never put it together when it mattered. Just let too many opportunities slip through their fingers.
So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Wesley, nice win after the last loss. How important is it to win these home games?
We need all of them. We need every single home win we can get. And like you said, it was a good bounce-back win for us. And we got to get ready for our next game.
Great job, Wesley. Thanks again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David. Great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, David Aldridge, Steve Smith, and the rest of our terrific 2K Sports crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. See you next time.